and welcome back everybody. I know there's been a few day hiatus since my last video. I had some things go on IRL. No worries. I'm still farming in solo self-found in Mercenaries League, but I decided to hop over to Standard and play with a character that I built last league. So this is what happens when you dump 500 divines into a power siphon build. So, as the name suggests, this character started out in Settlers. This was kind of my end of league have fun build. It's a level 97 Trickster, and it started life as a Power Siphon Mine build. Didn't really like the Mine playstyle, so I swapped it over to an Int stacking self-cast build. So, what is Int stacking? So, intelligence stacking means you get as much intelligence as you possibly can, and because of our wand, we're converting all of that damage into flat lightning damage and spell damage. And Power Siphon says that increases and reductions of spell damage also apply attack damage at 100%, 150% of their value. What that means is all of that increased spell damage that we're getting from this wand is getting converted into attack damage for Power Siphon. So, the idea is you stack as much intelligence as you can, and you get a lot of damage. So, this wand I crafted in Settlers. It is a Hunter and Elder influenced wand. So basically, I got a Hunter wand that had the flat lightning damage to attacks per 10 int. And then I got an Elder wand that had the spell damage per 16 int. I used an Awakener's Orb, swapped them together with the one that had the enchant for increased spell damage. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't remember. I think I annulled. I think I prefixes can't be changed and scoured it. I wasn't ballsy enough to annul the cold damage. I threw on can't have 3 crafted modifiers. I put on strength and int, crit chance, and attack speed. I then used the Omens of Blanching to give it 3 white sockets. This wand, there is currently 3 of them in Standard. They're about 100 to 150 div each without white sockets. And none of this wand doesn't exist in League currently. The helmet is Fractured Lightning Res. I needed lightning res. I put maximum lightning resistance and attack damage as the implicits. Other than that, it's got a lot of ES. That's pretty much the helmet. The rarity does nothing, and the life does nothing because I'm CI. The shield, it is an Aziri's Reflection. I wanted this for the move speed, the all res, and the energy shield. It gives me quite a bit of a evasion rating as well. Currently in League, there are about 1 div with just a normal reflection. There are about 15 div for 3 white sockets, and there is no foil variants. The amulet is a Fractured Int amulet. Strength and Dex as the implicits because I needed strength and Dex. Realistically, you want Int as the implicit, but you get what you get. It's got global crit multi. The life does nothing. It's got some cold res, and I crafted ES on it just because I needed a fucking prefix. So, my left ring is, again, Fractured Int. It's Cold Lightning Res, ES, Lightning Res, +1 minimum Frenzy charges. Because I'm using a Calandra's Touch, it's duplicating that ring. The body armor, it's a necrotic base, which is a very high ES base, but it also has a little bit of energy shield on it. Sorry, it's a very high evasion base, but it also has energy shield on it just because I need the 3 blue sockets. It's 3,000 evasion rating, and that is due to the ascendancy, which I will go over in a minute. But basically, you want as much evasion as you can get on your body armor. It's got tier 2 hybrid evasion ES. I essenced it for the evasion. Crafted %. It's got int on it, and it's got lightning res. This build, I don't know why, but I need so much fucking lightning res on this build. Gloves are int, energy shield, res, pretty simplistic. The implicits on this are Wrath Aura Effect, Max Cold Res. This one is Spell Suppress Chance and gain Rage on attack. Because Power Siphon is an attack, this just gives us more attack damage. Pretty simple. Boots are two-tone boots with Fractured Life. These literally are not good. Like, I'm CI. I don't need Fractured Life. But I do need the stats. So, Dex, Int, Res, percent ES. You really want to swap these boots. That would be your best bet. Wearing a Mage Blood, because why not? Flask, or it's in just for the explosions. Progenesis does not work with this build because you are CI. Mage Blood, or it's kind of your standard Mage Bloody Flask. I got an Onslaught with movement speed. I got a Quicksilver with shock avoidance because of the Storm Shroud Jewel. I've got a Quartz Flask for the avoid being stunned. That's like 90-something% stun avoidance, I think. 79. Literally just from this flask. It gives me 79. And then a Jade Flask for the evasion rating. So currently we're sitting on 84 evasion, 44 spell suppress, and 140 move speed. As far as gem links go, you don't need a lot of links on this build. As a matter of fact, these 3 gems are all just awakened gems I'm leveling. I've got an Enlighten with Frostlink and Second Wind. This Enlighten I was just leveling and I just haven't taken it out yet. Sniper's Mark with Mark on Hit, an Enlighten, and another Enlighten. Again, I'm leveling gems. You don't need a lot of gems on this build, so you can literally level whatever. Shield Charge with faster attacks. Again, another Awakened gem I'm leveling. Boots is Discipline, Enlighten, Precision, Wrath. And your main 6 link is going to be Power Siphon. It can be Vow if you want. Awaken Added Lightning, Awaken Lightning Pin, Pierce, Awaken Ellie Damage, and Volatility. Because we're stacking mostly lightning damage, Volatility works very good for this because it's less minimum, more maximum. Lightning damage has such a high range that this kind of shrinks it down. Currently I'm setting at 174k tooltip. Not bad. So, a passive tree and ascendancy. This is where it gets kind of cool. So, we're taking Polymath, which is life on kill, ES on kill, mana on kill. We're taking one step ahead for the action speed modifier. Escape Artist. This is where your body armor comes in into play with the max ES per 8 evasion. I've got 3,000 evasion on the body armor. Really, you should have evasion on your helmet. I just don't. And then Spellbreaker for the spell suppress. As far as the tree's kind of cool on this build because you're just grabbing a lot of stats. Radiant Jewel with Fractured Int. And I guess the attack speed works too. Coming up, we're CI, so which means we're immune to chaos damage. Coming down for the curse effect, or increased effect of non-curse auras, life and ES, lightning damage, pin, ghost dance, which is really nice. Because I have so much evasion rating, this doesn't ever, the recover energy shield above evasion ratings, never gonna matter because I'm never gonna have 45,000 energy shield. Coming down, we're taking power charges and jewel sockets. So here's a Storm Shroud. Basically, it says modifiers to avoid being shocked apply to all resistances. So I am currently at 101% chance to avoid all elements. And then I'm taking Mark of the Prey. So I have more accuracy and marked enemies take more damage. Coming up, we're taking a cluster jewel socket, which I'll go over in a minute. We're taking the main lightning wheel here. Or sorry, the wand wheel here. More int. We're coming down for Wicked Ward. This just means energy shield cannot be recharged or can't be interrupted. We have less recharge rate. You don't have a lot of recharge rate on this build anyway. So coming over, more power charges and more jewel sockets. So Grand Spectrum, I have 3 of these. This one is all elemental resistances. And then I have 2 elemental damage ones. You can mix and match Grand Spectrums, and you'll still get the buffs of having 3. So, taking the lightning wheel, the power charge wheel, coming over and taking another wand wheel, coming on down here, traveling to the divine wrath, which is lightning pin. I have overcharge anointed and another jewel socket. So I have 2 of these split personalities that are giving me max ES and intelligence. So how these work is it picks the shortest route from where the jewel is to your class start. So you can see here it gives me 32 int, 32 ES, 22 passives between that. My other one is up here in this jewel socket, and this one's giving me 35 and 35. This jewel is a corrupted blood jewel. That's literally all this jewel has. We already went over my grand spectrums. So, cluster jewels. These are kind of cool. These are pretty easy to roll with this build. You're looking for increased effect of passives, and then you want int and attributes. Those are your 2 modifiers. And you're taking every one of these because each one of these is giving you increased attributes, increased int, and phys damage, which is stacking more intelligence. Same thing over here. This one is a little different though. I'm taking attributes, int, and this one has plus 24 evasion. So I'm getting attributes, evasion, elemental damage, and int per every one of these single nodes, which is a lot. Other jewels, so one of these cannot be cursed with silence, just because that's annoying as shit to me. And that's about it. It's a pretty simple tree, but you do kind of need the clusters and the grand spectrums before you start the build. So, what is this build good for? This build has negative single target. Like, the build is not good for single target at all. What this build is good for, and the reason I made it, is this build has wicked fucking clear speed. So, they changed Power Siphon, I think last league or the league before last, and basically, you don't have to target with this skill. Like, there's no beams or anything coming out. This skill auto-targets. And that is the greatest thing ever. So you'll see when I get into a map here, we'll just run a... what are we running? Let's run a canyon map. Those are fun. So when I get into the map here, you'll see that it really... like, all I'm doing is just walking around and tapping right-click. That's it. I don't have to aim. I don't have to do anything. I hit Val Power Siphon and it clears the entire fucking screen. So, let's hop into the map here and check it out. Alrighty. So, we hop into the map and literally we're going to walk around and Power Siphon going to auto-target. And you can see, like, the clear speed is incredible. And because we have so much attack speed, our shield charge is super fast. Pop a strong box. Val Power Siphon. It hits everything on the screen. And we are good to go. Again, Val Power Siphon. Because of the flask, everything is exploding. And it's just a really, really fast, fun mapping build. Now, obviously, you don't have to have a Mage Blood to play Power Siphon. It just makes the build faster. And being fast basically makes up for any, you know, tropes the build has, anything bad with the build. And it just makes everything more fun. Hey, a bunch of maps. There was a good Val Power Siphon. I'm actually not going to pick those maps up. I could care less. Hit another shrine node. This build is very good for Harbingers because of how much clear we have and how everything is being auto-targeted. It really doesn't matter. You just walk around and tap right-click. Now, if you get something like a speed shrine or a doubling shrine, like, then the build really pops up. There is a boss, and you'll be able to see, like, you have a decent amount of single target. Like, you can kill map bosses with it, but you're not going to kill Ubers or anything like that. But I can pretty much just stand here and hold right click. You do have a Vow Discipline, so if you get into a pickle, you hit that, it instantly recharges your energy shield, so it's like a little mini life blast. That's about it, though. It's a really fun build. I put way too much currency into this build, and every now and then I just like to hop on and blow through maps, and this build will definitely do that. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I have a ton more videos. I have more videos coming out for mercenaries. And I will see you guys in the next build. Have a wonderful day.